Mental Illness, the musical, but like, I'm too sad to sing it. So that's kind of a bummer. You know what else is a bummer? Mental Illness, the musical, still. That is the tagline for it. It's on the poster. Mental Illness, the musical. It's kind of a bummer. Still, it is a musical. It is not a straight play. I am not a straight gay. I'm just a sad gay. That oxymoron is a tough sell. I get it. You know, we may not be on Broadway, but we are off Broadway. However, we were picked up those 3 different times by an inpatient recovery center. And well, that was very exciting because it felt like we made the big time. So with that, we proudly present, and by proudly I mean, I guess I don't know what proudly means, Mental Illness, the musical, starring me in the role of understudy to myself. Directed and choreographed by Sadness, costumes by Mom, set design by The Suburbs. Before we begin tonight's performance, we'd like to let you know that the role of college will be played by me, sleeping. Also, the role of work will be played by me, sleeping. I heard me, sleeping, is probably gonna win this year, and like, they fucking better. Oh damn, it's starting, lights dim, me dimmer, curtain up, frown down, spotlight. Mental disorders affect nearly 20% of American adults. Nearly 4% are severely impaired and classified as having serious mental illness. These disorders are often associated with chronic physical illnesses such as heart disease and diabetes. They also increase the risk of physical injury and death through accidents, violence, and suicide. Suicide alone was responsible for 42,773 deaths in the United States in 2014. This is the last year which final data is available to us now. Making it the 10th leading cause of death. Among adolescents and young adults, suicide is responsible for more deaths than the combination of cancer, heart disease, congenital anomalies, respiratory disease, influenza, pneumonia, stroke, meningitis, septicemia, HIV, diabetes, anemia, and kidney and liver disease. The definition of mental illness is health conditions involving changes in emotion, thinking, or behavior. We have decided as a whole society that to help these people is to shove pills their way until they decide that they are better. We have decided to leave them alone because that's how we help heal people. That's how we do it. We just let them be by themselves because that's going to solve the problem. Among around 46% of people who tried to commit suicide had antidepressants or some type of other medicine in their system at that time. We need to stop and look at the problems that we are causing for these people. We're not helping them, we're destroying them. The 3 pieces I will be doing today are Mental Illness, the musical by Ben Wenzel, Healing by Nao Jones, and Halloween by R.J. Walker. I had a therapist tell me once it was ironic how much love I gave out, because I didn't give much to myself. She laughed like self-love was a sick joke. I chuckled and cried at home. I had someone tell me once, I cannot love anyone else until I learn to love myself. This time I got to laugh. This time the sick joke was mine, was me, might as well wait forever. I remember hating myself at the age of 7. Journals filled to the brim with criticisms. By 8, I had enough pages to stitch them into wings, to fly close enough to the sun, to see my tears turn to steam. Felt the wax burn on my shoulders turn into thick skin and mold into thick skin. I was 9 when I wanted to die, 13 when I finally found a solution, figured if I cut my legs enough, gravity would let me go. When it didn't, I tied a pillowcase around my neck, twisting like the rope swings I know so well from childhood. Heard my heartbeat pound in my ears like a warning drum, then fade. I'd almost convinced myself I'd done it. When I started writing, I smeared my blood on every page to remind myself that everything beautiful has a consequence. I'd hoped to stall the clotting long enough to give myself to the craft and let myself go. I have died so many times. So when I told you that loving you almost makes life worth it, I was not joking. When I tell you that loving you almost makes me forget how much I hate myself, that was not poetry. Loving you is taking all of the love I can never give myself and putting it to good use. It is reminding myself that if someone can love a dying thing this way, can hold the Lazarus of my body and give thanks for the way it holds back, if someone can kiss the scars, administer the pills, absorb the bad days, and wake up smiling next to me, then I can try and breathe again. Because self-love does not always come first, or second, or even ever. But your love be the guardrail on the edge, be the drawers that hide all the sharp things. Be the body that carries my collapsed frame into bed. Be the flowers you bought, because even though they are dying too, they still dance. Love will not heal me, will not wipe my slate of my body clean. I will always be a woman of wounds, of rope-marked neck and melted skin. Love will not heal me, but it will hold my hand if I ever heal myself, and maybe teach me a joke that I can stay alive long enough to laugh at. I love you enough to want to love myself too. In response to the question, RJ, where is your Halloween costume? Well, I was originally planning on coming as my depression for Halloween, but the costume was so big and heavy that I could not leave my house. And I saw no point in dressing up as a ghost, seeing as I already am one. Saw no point in paying $50 to walk through a haunted house when my heart already is one, so I came as this. I'm a boggart come dressed as a closet, a graveyard come dressed as the fence. Just because I wear it every day doesn't make it any less of a costume, Kevin. I came to your Halloween party as a hilarious sad boy with a cracked dam of a chest, as a suicide survivor, as a functional human being. And damn, isn't this costume convincing? And damn, isn't my smile enough of a mask for you? Isn't it so much scarier when the monster comes dressed as the man? I'm sorry, I don't know this part, right? I don't think I've ever known this part, right? I'm sorry, the director's yelling something at me, but I can't hear them over the maracas. This is a very maracas heavy musical. Oh, I'm sorry, those aren't maracas shaking, those are giant prescription bottles shaking. And so many heads shaking, the medication I'm supposed to take every morning. What is morning? Can somebody please tell me why there are so many songs in this musical titled Empty? Why is the audience always empty? I'm sick of playing to an empty house. And I'm sick, and I'm sick, and I'm sick. But I'll tell you this. I'll never get tired of watching that dream sequence in the third act. That monologue by me sleeping. It's what sustains the show. It's what makes being awake all right. And then, just like the slowest curtain. How was that, Panda?